Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
10X
We have a
Trading Show.
liftoff.
Let's get right into another one. Today is Thursday, September 18th. XRP is at $3.08. It is 9:55 p.m. Eastern Time. Guys, we got a lot to go over today. XRP, the first ever XRP ETF, was launched today along with the Dogecoin ETF. We got a lot of massive news going on. XRP's 13th birthday coming up tomorrow, September 19th on a Friday. Let's dive right into the charts though. Taking a look at the daily. We had a red day today, guys. But, you know, we got all the way up to 314. We closed the day around 308, so we did pull back a little bit. You can see we started this next day with just a move up, no bottom wick. So I would suspect a bottom wick to be coming in here at some point. So a move below 307, potentially forming a bottom wick. But what you can notice, guys, with this type of red candle, this type of red day that we've just seen, it almost looks something similar to this one right here. And then the next day was green, and we kind of continued on this upwards momentum, especially with getting this bounce off of this new support and then continuing up. I would like to see a small bottom wick here and then a push up and a continuation at least all the way up to $3.20, this red line right here, and then we'll have to see if we can get a daily close above that. We also have the bullish cross here on the stochastic RSI. Although, you know, we can get these crosses and they can come crossing right back down. So just because we got the cross, you know, these do not basically show you how to trade. They just kind of show where the momentum is flowing for the immediate short term. But as of right now, guys, things have been looking good with this bullish retest, this move up. I know we kind of had a red day today, but I'm hoping that it's going to be a candle like we just saw over here on the 9th of September, and that we get a green day for XRP's 13th birthday, which is this candle that we're currently in, 2 hours into it. So let me know what you guys think down below. You can also see what we have here is I don't even need the brush, honestly, but a W pattern, a bullish W. And then we are coming right down, testing the neckline here. So we've got this neckline right here. We came down wick to it here, and we're coming down. We could come down to this neckline around 305, test this neck, and then continue on higher. So that is definitely in the realms of possibility here. And then we also potentially could be seeing something like this. So this would also correspond to testing this neckline, coming right down here, maybe even a wick down to the 304 and holding support here. So you can see we have this support on the 4 hour right here. We've got this support right here as well. So guys, we are running into a couple different support lines. If we close 4 hour candles below, then we're probably headed back to $3, and we don't want to close a 4 hour candle below that. But it is good to see that we have two different major support levels in confluence with each other, coming right here at $3.05. So like I said, on the daily, we could be coming down a little bit to get that bottom wick and then continuing to push higher, kind of like a candle like this potentially, to continue a movement to the upside. So let me know what you guys think about that. Altogether, guys, a breakout is coming very, 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 very soon. As you can see, we kind of already technically broke out, but that major run for XRP is just around the corner. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's look at the weekly, and let's take a look at some fib levels. So let's see, back here in 2013, if we take a top to bottom, you can see that we got all the way up to the 4618, and we went higher than the 4618. Sorry, I gotta zoom way in here. So we actually went a little bit higher than the 4618 by about let's see here. The absolute top, 40% higher than the 4618. The candle close was 15% higher than the 4618. So I just want to show that there. And then again, right here from top to bottom, you can see we went to the 4618 again. And so guys, when we take this fib here from the top to the bottom, I'm not sure why there's not a 4618 on this one, but I'd have to play with it later. You get $11. The 4618, I believe, is 13 something. But if we were to go 40% above, like we saw before, that would be putting us at, a $16 XRP. A $16.50 XRP. And if the candle was to close 15% above, you'd be looking at a $13 XRP for a candle closure on a weekly basis. So if you miss the wick potentially, I mean, and this is based off of the 3618, not even the 4618, that historically in previous runs we've seen it go past the 4618. So there, I don't know why it's not on this. Let's just get rid of this one. So let's do that one more time. My apologies here. Let's do this again. So we've got from the top to the bottom here. Let's lock that in. The 4618, wow, is actually $14.46. So again, if history's any indication of anything, or we repeat history and we went 40% above the 4618, we would be at $20 on the dot. So potential wick up to that point. If we did close the candle on the weekly 15% above the 4618, we'd be closing that weekly candle at around $16 to $17. Smash up that like button, because guys, things are getting ready to rumble, and I know some of you just can't see it. You can't see it with a $3 price, and that's okay, because a lot of you that can't really see it weren't meant to have it. I know a lot of people that are on this channel and following this channel have been buying XRP at 50 cents for years, and are true, firm, solid believers in the project, and they know what they hold, and they know that it's a utility asset, that it actually holds value. It performs a function. It actually does something, moves value across the world. Guys, when this thing starts to run, when different assets and stocks and different types of, any type of asset you can think of really, gets tokenized on the XRP ledger, it's over. Forget your $16, $20 XRP. It's going way higher than that. But we're just talking for this bull run in the next few months here, and I'm talking months. So smash that like button. I appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel, but we could be looking at a $16 to $20 XRP in the next couple months. Let's dive right over into it on X. Let's see what we got today. We've got just in the Rex Osprey XRP and Doge ETFs officially begin trading. And here we are. The ticker is XRPR. I believe it's at $25 and some change. I heard there's about 24 million in volume in the first 90 minutes, which was absolutely insane. Here we got XRP loves that 2618 fib. We got the 2618 at $12. Potentially, could we see that 2618 fib hitting? only time will tell. But as you can see, this guy's chart here, he's got XRP continually hitting that 2618. So $12 definitely in the cards. The fibs have different settings. The way you draw them can be different. But ultimately, guys, I mean, I literally just showed you this, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see this. And this is the exact same thing that this guy is drawing here, from the top to the bottom. And we went past the 2618. Doesn't matter if you put the bottom here, down here, all the way down here. You want to be super conservative and put it up here, fine. You want to be even more conservative, put it right here, fine. We blew past the 4618. And we continually do that in these bull cycles. So again, the fibs all have different settings to them, but I'm expecting a $16 to $20 XRP. That is my personal call. But yeah, here we had so guys, yeah, Tuesday we got, I'm sorry, not Tuesday, yesterday we got the rate cuts, 25 basis points, like I was saying, and we're getting a move up. So Mr. Zoom says expect resistance at the $3 to $3.30 level range. So that is where we're looking at for the immediate short term. And then here we got market technician suggests XRP historic 12-year trend line shows it could surge to $22. So let me know what you guys think about this. This is pretty cool. But this trend line here, as you can see, could potentially be $22. And you know what? Let's actually look at this real quick on the charts. Let's pull it out. Because you know I like to test these theories. I like to see actually what people are drawing here. All right, we're on the logarithmic scale. And this guy had this type of trend line going on. Looking something like this. Let me know if this looks kind of accurate. Hang on, let's see. Could even be a little bit like that, right? So we got this touch point here. We've got this touch point here. We've got this touch point here. Right here. And you can see the weekly wick above, but closed right to the trend line. And then you can see, boom, we got the weekly wick right up to the trend line. And right where we are, ladies and gentlemen, the trend line would be $15. Potentially, if you extend this out a little bit, up to 18, $22 on this trend line would be around July of 2026, which this guy's got potentially, no, I don't know. It's fairly close, but it's not perfect. And that could just be my drawing isn't as perfect as this guy's. It looked like this was down a little bit more like that. He really angled this hard. Potentially like that, which would mean lining us up closer to 20 here. So guys, you see how you can just barely move the trend line just to angle it just a tiny hair higher, and how now all of a sudden we're at $22 right now in November. I'm saying $15 to $20. 22 could definitely happen, but that's definitely in the cards. I'll leave that trend line there actually. But yeah, this is a valid line. So shout out to the Crypto Basic for pointing that out there. Guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in. subscribing to the channel, liking the videos. I will keep you guys updated in the next one. Till next time.
Things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start